Hello everybody and welcome back. Today's video will be part 11 of my e-buggy build series. You see I've got my buggy almost ready to go. It's time to put the electronics in. So this one's going to be electronics. Today is race day at the track, so I'm here super early at like 5 a.m. trying to get this video done so I can do it in the quiet, because it starts getting noisy and people start, coming up knocking on the trailer, and our neighbors next door make noise and that kind of thing. So I'm doing this super early to get it done, because my intention is to get it set up and actually race it today, and hopefully I'll get some video footage of that as well. We'll do the setup of it. I may have to split it into two parts or something like that, but anyway, I'm gonna get started on electronics. I'm gonna go ahead and get this camera turned around to a POV, and we'll get started. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna start off breaking out my ESC, my Hobbywing XR8 SCT. I'm gonna go ahead and start with getting the wires soldered on. Super cool ESC, works great in e-buggy. I've been using this for a while now. This just got me a new one. Okay, so I've got my soldering iron warmed up. I usually use solid color wires, but I forgot to order some, so I'm going to use the wires that come with it, which is pretty nice. I'll get my iron moved over here. I've got it all warmed up and ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off by tinning the ESC posts. You don't want to hold this on any longer than you have to, so pretty simple though. Got a good iron. Good iron's the most important part. This is a Ungar iron. Ungar used to be what we used back in the car stereo days. Was the best to have, and they're bought out by Weller. So this one, if I'm not mistaken, it says Weller on there. It's so old. This thing is probably 20 years old. It's about time for me to upgrade to a new one. It's pretty simple. You just lay it on there for a few seconds, kind of touch the iron right where it touches the post, and it'll just fall down on there. Really simple. Keep it clean with a wet sponge. Okay, we're gonna get our, now they've pre-tinned these posts. Not sure how good that is. I'm gonna check it out. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just try to tin a little extra on there. If nothing else, this gets a little heat in it. And my posts are gonna be going straight up. So there you go. It's that simple. Soldering is somewhat of an art form. Some people catch on, some people don't. I've been doing it so long, it's just second nature to me, plug my fan in there. I think that's the right way. Okay, and I'm not used to the colors, the coating they do. And I'll take a piece of heat shrink and run down on there, and especially on the battery side, so you don't ever So hopefully you don't ever plug it up wrong. I've seen that happen a lot. I'm not used to these colors, so I don't know what the code is usually. Blue is A, yellow is B, and orange is C. So let's do that. I don't think it really matters because usually it's just all black. So blue is A. Same thing, I'm gonna go straight up and down. To get it all melted, it'll just like fall down into place. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, so now I'll get me a little heat shrink on there. Just going to use black on this. It comes with some red and black. I'll use that on the where it goes to the battery. Cut me 5 little pieces. Try to do them about the same so it looks uniform. Hope I cut those long enough. Yeah, I think so. Go ahead and slide them on all at once. Maybe I can heat them up at the same time. Okay, look at my old heat gun. Okay. All right, so next, I'm gonna keep this, need to put this out the way. I just leave that over there, that's better anyway. Okay, so next I've got to, I guess I need to get this mounted. Okay, remember in my earlier video I talked about my little hole with a zip tie. So now it's probably, I've got to sort that out. If I remember right, go this way. So I probably need to go ahead and get my zip tie in there. This gets kind of tricky. I need to take this screw out. So I can get the zip tie started. So I think it's best if we go from, well, the only way I'm gonna be able to get it in there is like this. But you're gonna have to run it down right to where it's gonna end up, because you're fixing to screw it back down. So I'll do it that way. And this is just to tie these wires, and I think actually my sensor wire too, and my servo wire, to keep from, because it's pretty close to the drive shaft. So that's how I do it. And then so I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah, that's gonna be fun. All this will be screwed down. I can take and I might end up taking the plate completely off. We'll see. Now, it comes with some good, oh, I forgot. I got a special unboxing knife I'm gonna use today. It's a Case XX tested XX. This knife is green bone handle, which is rare, with a bomb shell shield. This is pretty rare. This is 1920 to 1940 this was made. This is a rare knife. This is in used condition, but polished up, cleaned up pretty good. It's pretty nice. Of course I don't need it, but I like cutting things open with a knife. So it comes with some double-sided tape, the 3M good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and use it. Comes with a piece for the, even for the switch. So now what I will do most of the time is double this up. I'm going to be going, put it all the way to that side, because that's going to be hanging off this edge just a little bit. So I've got the double-sided tape I have is Gorilla Tape. I've been using that for a little while. It's pretty awesome. It's a little thicker and it's super strong. But the reason I'm pulling that out is I'll double up on it for just a little extra cushion on the ESC. Yeah, this has been great. I bought it just to try it out because they were out of the 3M stuff when I went and bought it. So I said, what the hell? And it's been pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this. So to do that, I'm gonna set the car flat on the table so I can get a good press on it. Okay, so I want it to go pretty much as close as I can to the servo. Leave just a little gap to run if I need to run those wires around. Actually, I'm about to put it in backwards. So I'll give it, you know, just a little gap for flex and stuff. nice and straight, and then just give it a good press. Now, okay, so let's see how we're gonna do this. So I'm probably gonna have to loosen up the screws to get my zip tie around everything. So I'm gonna go around there. Let's go ahead and get our motor out. It's a 1900 hobby wing. Sensor wire, there's 2 sensor wires in it, different lengths. We can get those out. I want to get the sensor wire laid out somehow. Okay, so the switch is going to end up going here, but I'll wait for that because I don't know what's going to go on with my zip tie deal and wire tying deal. Go ahead and hear the train going by. It wouldn't be the warehouse if the train wasn't going by while you're trying to shoot a video. That's just the way it is. Okay, I dropped a screw there somewhere. There it is. Okay, so the motor is going to have to sit something like this. So the way these ribs are in here, I'm going to have to get at least some of that in that clamp so it sits straight. So we're going to say it's going to be like so. The question is, how am I going to lay out all this stuff? Sensor wire. Okay, so for now, where's my pick? Get the servo wire up out of here. I'm going to run everything around like this for now. I've ran in the past behind the motor. That's awful risky on tying those wires up. So for now, I'm going to do it around this way. Okay, so we're going to run. See, which one is the shorter one? This is the shorter one. Well, these little sensor wires are a pain in the butt for fat fingered people. Unplug that guy in there. So I'll probably tuck it around like so and tie it up, and this wire will go here. That servo wire is going to be awful tight, barely going to make it in there. Be all right. Okay, so let's go ahead and tin this. Okay, we'll go ahead and place our motor in there. Let's go ahead and just temporarily clamp it down. So we got it in place. What I'll probably do is leave that one out. So I want to make sure I got my ribs in there, a little bit of clearance. Clean that in your radio box. Go ahead and clamp her down in place. I'm going to leave the post straight up. Okay, that's good enough to get us started. So we're going to go A, B, C. So try to leave a little bit of length to it in case I have to move it around, like from body clearance or whatever. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to cut it right to the length of that. Go ahead and cut the insulation off and tin it. Go ahead and fill it up completely with solder and tin it. That's going to be hot, so I don't know if I can hold it or not. I'll try. Yeah, I can do it. Woo! It's hot. Okay, so we got to do B. This solder is a little thinner than I like to use, but that's what I got. So, alright, so I'm going to hold this one with the pliers like a smart person. There we go. Okay, this. There you go, it's that simple. So there's the motor soldered up. So now I've got to figure out, I want to get the batteries situated, and I'll come back to tying these wires up. This, of course, that's in my way. Okay, so this is super tight on this positive post here. So I'll decide how I'm going to do this. I put a piece, it's pretty tight, so I put a piece of heat shrink on the brace in case it rubs a little bit. My other one I've got these posts here that are pretty low profile. They tend to work, they should work a little better than what I had before. So that's going to be, if I do it that way, it's going to be pretty short. So I gotta have a jumper go positive negatives. I can do my negative and positive down here and my jumper across here. That means I would have to go here. See, now we got the servo movement here. We don't want to get involved with that. Let's go ahead and tin a post. Just set it down there in the pliers. Okay, there's that. Probably melted my table a little bit there. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it right there. I'm gonna go ahead and go on the top and put my jumper around the bottom like I did before. I don't have to worry about putting my heat shrink on these because they're colored. Usually I'm using black, and I put a little piece of red on there so I don't screw that up. Go ahead and tin this wire real good. See how hot that is. It's not too bad. So I want this to go like so. Let's see if I can pull this off. So I like to put a little, let's get this going a little easier. Put a little solder on the iron. Tell you what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to get my old trusty holding hands thing. I want to put a little bit of extra solder on here, so let's see if this will work. So this guy let me hold it, hopefully. I can feed a little extra solder in there. It may end up coming loose. wire shooting out. Like that. So you gotta get this position just right. Actually, let me see if I can just do this. Oh, that's nice. This thing's so old, I need a new one. Anyway, that took pretty good. So let's see if I can get this situated right. So that's the only thing I don't like about this setup is the way the posts end up. Actually, that might work pretty good like that. Gotta check, make sure there's body clearance and whatnot. Okay, so then I'll get my negative post around. I'll probably put a zip tie or something on there. Okay, let's go ahead and tin this guy. Okay, so that's super hot, I know. Go ahead and get the length I want. This is a tedious, time-consuming process, so bear with me. See if I can put this thing back together while that's cooling off. I need to buy me one of those fancy soldering jigs. Actually, I need to tin that a little better. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so I'd let that cool a little bit. Actually, dumbass. Okay, so we got to make a jumper. The jumper has to go from this negative post to this negative post. I mean positive post. Make it a little extra length so you have room to get it in there, because it's a little tricky. So I'm gonna cut it right there. Set this guy out of the way. And I'll tie that up a little neater in a little while. go ahead and get my posts to end up. Okay, we'll go ahead and tin these. Tin this here. I hear our neighbors next door have made it into work today, so they're gonna start making noise in the background. I'm sorry. Hopefully they won't start playing some copyrighted music. Happens sometimes. There goes another train. Surprise, surprise. I used to try to not get the train in the videos, but I give up. They're gonna come by over and over and over. I can't believe how many trains come through here. Okay, so let's get this one laid in. Woo! Hot potato. Okay, and I'm gonna hold this one with the pliers. Hopefully this will work. Okay. Alright, let's put this guy up. Hopefully we won't need that anymore. Hopefully we won't need the solder. Like little pieces. That's still hot. Okay, so I'll pull my posts out, my batteries out. And these will go, these pretty much go in like this. And around the tray, you have to pull this one out, get this one started. It's kind of tricky, but it works. Okay, so need to get this battery, these wires sorted. So I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be right back. Okay, so like an idiot, I forgot to hit the record button while I was doing my zip tie, but you see I was able to get it zip tied to that right there. I'm not sure if you can see that. That just keeps it just away from the drive shaft, gives it plenty of clearance. So let's get a few more zip ties out. And we're gonna need, let's go ahead and stick down our switch. I'm gonna get some brake cleaner. This tends to want to come loose pretty easy, so I'll make sure I get it good and clean. Take just a shot of brake cleaner, clean off the switch, make sure it's good and clean so it sticks good. Clean the mud guard. Wow, looks like it took some sort of coating off of it. Make sure all that's off. Might be too strong for it and eating the plastic up. That's okay though. It's gonna be super clean. Simple green will work if you want to do that. That'll work as well. This 3M tape's pretty good. I've ever had a switch come loose with it before. Press it on real good. Put it towards the front just to kind of neaten the wires up a little bit. Press it on good. Okay, so we need to zip tie around all these wires. Slide it kind of up there. Tuck this sensor wire a little bit. Need all the, gonna be really tight on the servo wire. It's gonna barely fit in there. So probably at this point, because of that, I probably need to go ahead and put my receiver in. I got to get my foam. I don't know where my foam is. There's some foam. There's some foam right there. Okay, so I just take a little piece. Well, my scissors are already out. Cut it a little, just a tiny bit bigger, and then stuff it down in there. This foam actually came with my batteries. I'm gonna trim it a little bit. This is actually the packing foam with the Ultimate batteries. Works out pretty good. Cut a little off here. Cut me a piece for here. You hear my neighbors going to town. They have a metal fab shop, and they get after it pretty early, even on race day. So, okay, so steering goes in the 1 slot. Servo in the 2 slot, and then my transponders in whichever one's left. It's fine. Okay, so it's pretty tight with that servo wire, so I go in like that. These antennas on these things, this thing's usually work great. I like to put the antenna on the bottom, just stuff it in there. I think I've got another receiver that does the antennaless one. I've never had to really run them outside. I do them a nitro car just a little bit. I may end up doing that just a little in this one, but for now, I'm just stuffing her in there. Any excess ESC wire can go in there. Make sure you don't pinch any wires. You got to be real careful with that, because it will cause you some grief. Happened to me one time, brand new. I was ready for a big race, and I had my radio tray part of my nitro car and squished the servo wire and it wouldn't work. I had to solder it back real quick before this. I don't know how I got it done, but I got started just in time. Make sure these wires aren't pinched. Okay, and we can take another zippy tie, pull the slack out of that one. Should be able to push the extra slack. I'll probably have to take that off, get that slack out. Do that later. Put one more zip tie on here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the box off and stuff that extra wire in there, but that's that. Now we should have that ready to go. Okay, let's go ahead and set the while we got hadn't put the pinion on. I'll save the pinion mounting stuff with the final setup. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this thing SC calibrated. I'll go ahead and slide my negative post. That's a little loose. I like to go ahead and spread that out. You can take your tool and spread these teeth out a little bit, make it tighter fit. I could stand to be even a little tighter. That's too big. Need to go here. Nope. Looks like the 1.5 just right. Spread your teeth out a little bit, make it a little tighter fit. I can go ahead and slide that one in. Go ahead and slide that one in. Let's go ahead and spread our teeth out a little bit. So you can go ahead and plug your jumper in. Oh, I got that backwards. Okay, so pull this one up a little bit. We should have power. So Go ahead and put me another zip tie on there. Probably should have put a piece of heat shrink there to neaten it up. Maybe we can go under here. I don't like that. Tie those together like that. Okay, so we have that. And then of course our post will go down there. We don't have to screw it on right now for this. Okay, so let's see if we can calibrate our ESC. Okay, e-buggy. So remember, right, you hold the set button down, hit the power button, hit the set button for neutral, pull full throttle, hit the set button, brake, hit the set button, let go, and that's your indication of it working. So you see our motor running. Okay, so the only thing I got left is to get my programmer out and program the ESC to the same setting I had in my old one. I'll get that stuff out and be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to connect to my Hobbywing Wi-Fi connection. Click the Hobbywing link. I've already connected, I think. Let's see here. We hit the ESC button to connect. Okay, let's go back. I think we got to go back to connections. Hobbywing Wi-Fi connecting. Always connect. Connected without internet. Okay, so let's try to go back in again. Connect to the ESC, loading data. Okay, so now it shows we're connected via Wi-Fi. So let's go into the parameters. Hopefully it'll remember my old settings. Somehow there's a way to go find your old data record, maybe? Cars? No. That's like data logging. Parameters. We'll just go ahead and start a new one. Forward with brake. We want forward with brake and reverse, so we can use that when we're practicing, so we can use reverse. Okay, it's 4S. Cutoff voltage disabled. Thermal protection disabled. Thermal protection disabled. I don't use any of that mess. I'm not sure about the motor rotation. I may have to come back and reset that. It seems like I did have to. BEC at 7.4. Maximum brake force, I think I had it like 25%. Punch mode. Punch mode, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to say I had mine at 4. No drag brake. Coast 0%. Neutral range, I want to say that was 6%. Full censored mode, no boost, no timing. Data record stuff. That's it. We'll go ahead and save it. Or she wants to save parameters. Yes. Okay, and that should be it. I will, after I run it, I'll make sure that's all where I wanted it and come back. So this should wrap up the electronic section. Next on, we'll get to getting the car set up and ready to put on the track. Thank you. Okay, that wraps up part 11. We got all electronics in and mounted on the car. It's ready to set up and put on the track. So the next video will be setup 12. I will do the setup and probably even get some footage of first time on the track. So I should be getting close to wrapping this thing up. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share, and hit that notification bell so you can be up for the next one. Thank you.